Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number 1, the first game of the series. We are just getting started. Tixmaster, just in time, as you said. We do have crit kickers coming into the game on our blue side, going up against Durotan's couch. We are here on Volskaya Foundry. Some might say Volskaya Industries, but it depends if you listen to the announcer or not. First ban and first pick goes to the side of Durotan's couch, which does mean that map pick was chosen by crit kickers. They say, you can take whatever hero you want. We're choosing the battlefield because, as Sun Tzu once said, choosing the battlefield is infinitely more important than getting first pick in Heroes of the Storm. I'm pretty sure that's in Art of War somewhere. We do go and have Loktosh Garosh getting removed. That was a little bit loud. A little softer, a little softer, a little softer. How is everybody? I hope you're having a fabulous-tastic Halloween. There's the Johanna. A little bit of a tank emphasis coming from both sides thus far. They don't want to deal with the repositioned tank. Although, to be fair, Stitches is also the repositioned tank. And then, of course, Johanna. Johanna doesn't give anything away, the fact they want to ban it out. Johanna's just, like, solid in almost every comp. The only real thing Johanna lacks is a hard engage. Which does mean that Durotan's couch may, not emphasize heavy dive and just want to be a bulwark, and they want to take that tool out of their toolbox. Maiev being removed by Durotan. Another, you don't get to stand where you want to. You have to stand where I want you to. Last ban coming from the side of crit kickers. They come to kick the crit. Well, that's interesting. They banned the... I just brought up Stitches. I didn't bring up Stitches thinking that we would end up actually having Stitches be the other ban. Stitches is not super high in the meta, but you know what? Shut my mouth. Rhaegar being the first pick from Sailor Twift. So we are going to go ahead and have Rhaegar very, very good at healing the team and with a very, very strong ult for a single target heal, but does struggle against blow up before 10 or like significant refocusing. Because the AoE heal is not actually, like, very, slightly more aggressive tank, not as raw healing numbers as some of the other ones, like Anduin.
My blades are yours.
Though still very, very good. We do have Sonya coming out and Li Ming, a little bit of a Diablo focus coming from the side of the crit kickers. Sonya, very, very, very solid in the offlane. This is a slightly smaller map, so Sonya definitely can be an absolute wrecking ball when it comes to pushing, but it is pretty easy to rotate. Though, obviously, if you go to that bottom lane, it's a little bit harder because the bottom of the conveyor belt goes down to up. South to north, there we go. Blaze from Wildcard, and we do have Tyrael from Wedge. Tyrael, not the most infamous tank, though that, interesting, will allow Durotan's couch to ban yet another tank. We do have Stitches and Johanna and Garrosh banned out, and with Tyrael picked up, that means they can further restrict the tank options for the side of crit kickers. Crit kickers, meanwhile, really has to ban a DPS. They've already got their, couch already has their healer, offlaner, and tank. We have a Tracer being banned out. Just in case a Mockery shows up. Now, what tank will this be? It might actually not be a tank. It's always possible. But I do suspect we're going to see a tank coming out here. Anything is possible, though. Anything could happen. Okay, you know what? You might say, Raka, see, it wasn't a tank, you were wrong. The Ana tank is unusual, but is not unheard of, because I just said it, and therefore it's been heard. But they do actually get rid of Ana, surprisingly enough. Now, granted, also, obviously, their opponents have not picked a healer yet, but that is still surprising, because of the open healers available, what are they worried about in terms of Ana? Probably the anti-healing grenade. The anti-healing grenade can be used to great effect to just completely negate the ancestral healing. This is still 20. I don't think it's long enough to stop both blasts of ancestral healing at 20, but still, having a basic ability that can negate an ult is very powerful. Sylvanas coming out, as well as the Murden. We're going to have Murden into Tyrael. Dwarfy Hop versus Chargy Fly. with Zul'jin, and we will have oh, interesting. We're gonna have a double healer comp. Tyrande, obviously more of an aggressive healer, but that's a lot of. We definitely are expecting Zul'jin to do a lot of carry. That may be that was picked because the Johanna was banned out and Lily's not available. So they do potentially still have a Cassia if they wanted to go for blinds. They do have a second DPS pick. I don't know why I said Lily would work. They totally did already have a healer, but they don't go for Lily. Not super surprising. It would be dangerous for Lily to get close enough to, like, get the, Does Lily even have a blind? What am I thinking of? I thought Lily did, but I might be wrong. But White Man coming out from the cure. Bop, bop, bop. But here we go. Into game number 1. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Don't listen to me. Alright, coming into game number 1. Hello, Pat. We do go and have a cup representing the side of Crit Kickers here on the blue side of the battlefield. Infinity Meme is going to be playing the Li Ming. Godfrey is on the Muradin, the Hairy Dwarf. I think all dwarves are hairy, to be honest. The Cure coming out here on the White Mane. Is playing the Sylvanas, and we do have Red Moki coming out here, or Red Mochi coming out on the Sonya. In the best Sonya skin, let's go. Meanwhile, representing the side of Durotan's couch on the orange side of the battlefield, we do have Can't Get Right. Never gonna get it right. Never gonna let you down. We do go to have playing the Zul'jin. Yonner's playing the Tyrande. Sailor Swift on that there Rhaegar. Captain Wedge coming out and playing the Tyrael. And then Wildcard is going to be playing that there Blase. This still seems slightly loud to me. You know what? I'm going to leave it. Tell me if it's too loud for you. I can turn down my headset. I have that power. Alright, so we already have Sailor Swift over here working on this camp. Pretty early camp. I usually don't see this camp picked up quite this early. Meanwhile, we do have the dueling back and forth. Can't Get Right and Yonners in the top lane. We have Godfrey to stay nearby just to make sure that no shenaniganry is going on. Alright, Sonya being left all by her lonesome here in the bottom lane. No one actually coming down here, and we do already have a one level lead on the side of our blue team, as no one's actually gone to the bottom lane that I have seen. It does look like Rhaegar is starting to make the... No, Rhaegar is just camping it up. However, Mochi is going to get picked out. Got caught out by the wildcard. I'm sorry for missing that. Stuff is happening. There is Wedge coming through. We do have Yonners and Can't Get Right. Taking care of this. Answering Paper Airplane Camp coming from the other side. Thank you, Sparhawk. I will always call it the Paper Airplane Camp, and I'm not sorry about it. That does actually, the kill does move us back to a slight experience lead on the side of our blue team. But once again, we have Li Ming here at the bottom picking up that ever-important soak. Obviously, there were some experience changes in the last patch, so you don't have nearly as much time to pick up the soak as you used to. I imagine these players have already got that taken care of. We do have some axes coming down, Godfrey taking a bunch of damage, but there is the Stormbolt in order to keep Zul'jin from going too terribly crazy. Looking at our talents, that seems generous. We do go ahead and get, Murden does take Dwarf Block at level 1. We do get Overwhelming Affliction. We need the Frail, Aether Walker, and Furious Blow. On the other side, we do get Recklessness, Adrenaline Stem Pack, Feral Heart, Ardent Restoration, and that Leader to Blaze. Already up to 2 stacks thus far. I'm gonna get ya! Both teams moving kind of back and forth. And sorry, Linebus, I do not acknowledge the existence of any dwarves that are not Falstad or Muradin. They're not in the game, they don't count. Alright, Gottfried coming in here does avoid the Lunar Blaze. Sailor Swift is in here. This is a full engage, but here comes the Infinite Beam to the side. Lots of damage on a can't get right. It looks like Zul'jin will survive, but this is a retreat coming from the side of Durotan's couch, at least for the moment. However, they actually commit a turret to this engagement, and that's a little bit surprising to me. I did not anticipate that would happen. Usually you save those for the actual objective. We are at level 7, which means the objective is possible. 45% channeled so far on the side of our blue team. There's can't get right, goes ahead and very quickly moves down in response to Gottfried moving in. But, we do have a kill onto the Zul'jin, bringing us to 1 kill all. Meanwhile, Blaze at the bottom way and taking care, and Sonya going to come back here and try and go ahead pick up this turret. Line, that is a fair point, and I'm mad about it. Alright, there's the 100%. No one really challenged it. White Mane has gotten into the Protector. It looks like Gottfried, surprisingly enough, is going to be the next one. That is a very aggressive play. Okay, there's Cure getting back out. Nope, Cure getting back in. Because the thing about that is that whenever you put your tank and your healer into it, you still have all of your damage potential. All of your most damaging teammates are still in the area and still available. But that does mean that they have almost no protection. However, just so that they are splitting up, we do go ahead and have Red Moki down here trying to go ahead and move in here. Sonya is not afraid. Sonya is not afraid to potentially die, and no. Oh my gosh, and Wildcard wanted to get that, but no, Red Moki will survive. That is going to be the second kill for the side of Crit Kickers. Meanwhile, up here at the top, not a lot of damage done. This was largely a bait, it looks like. And we do go ahead and have Li Ming does secure the counter kill against the hated Blaze opponent. This is going to be Crit Kickers getting first to level 10. And here comes leading the way in with Sylvanas. Sailor Swift takes a bunch of damage. There was a silencing arrow onto Rhaegar. I was going to line bust and forgot his name, but you know what? I remember it in the nick of time before it got too awkward. And that is going to be the first fort going down against the Bite of Crit Kickers. We are going to have the Sweaty Arrow we already saw used. Avatar, just approved Lion Bust correct. Scarlet Aegis, Wave of Force, and the Wrath of the Berserker. You're going to have the heal camp being picked up right now by Crit Kickers. Level 10 has been achieved by their opponents. Taz Dingo coming out, as well as Bunker Drop, and says Radiant Sanctification and the Starfall. No super surprises. We have Bunker having to be used as a wild card gets aggressed upon. We have the Dwarf coming down. There is the Ancestral. Big old stun onto the White Mane. I don't know if that's who they were aiming for, but there's the Aegis coming down. And that is going to be a kill onto Wildcard. Wedge moving back momentarily. There's Sailor Swift. They're fighting here, but that doesn't mean there is a camp in the top lane starting to push in against the top fort. We are up to 18 stacks of You Want Axe. Keep in mind, I'm pretty sure at 20 stacks. Must be 25 stacks. So that will make Zul'jin significantly more deadly once 25 is achieved, but we are at 19 for the time being. Here we have IE moving through in here. I'm gonna go ahead and get this knocked down. The Cure shows up. I do like this skin from the Cure, but I feel like it's the day before Halloween. Come on, wear the witch outfit. What are you doing? Alright, we're gonna have a Moki come down here, pick up a little bit of experience. Level 13 talent tier online for Crit Kickers. Gottfried went into scout and ran into the entire enemy team and said, I'm getting out of here. This is a little bit more of a ruckus, a little bit more of a fracas than I was expecting. A little bit of damage onto Can't Get Right. There we have the double spin, spin, spin. Spin, spin. We're up to 9 stacks of Arcanite axes. Alright, there we have the Lunar Blaze coming down, going ahead and landing on a lot of the team. A little bit driving back from the side of Yonners. There's another Lunar Flare stack, up to 20 or 12 stacks. 22 stacks of Ardent Restoration. And as of right now, we are up to even talent. God dang, took over. I tried to make the... Okay, there we go. Tears? I really expected that last bit to tick faster than that. Can't Get Right does use Talzingo in order to stay alive. A Wedge moving back. There is a nice double stun for the Tyrande. Catches them in the Lunar Flare. Meanwhile, we do have Sonya down here picking up this camp. Blaze in the area. Don't know if that... Yeah, Blaze will move in and catch this. Get off my camp! Not quite able to get Red Book. Very, very quick move off to the edge. That way the charge would not get onto the point. He takes a bunch of damage down to about 50%. There is Godfrey moving in. This is one of those kind of awkward things because the problem is that Durotan's couch keeps being about 2 levels behind, which gives him 8% less health and 8% less damage than their opponents. Here's the movement. Godfrey looking in. Does get a kill on Rhaegar real quick, but we do have the Star Ball. They do have a second one, but there is the silence on Can't Get Right. Can't Get Right is going to go ahead and get back to the relative safety of the fort. A little less safe than it used to be. There's Avatar coming out onto Godfrey. We do go now. Red Moki going in there, getting lowered armor, and by getting within that cannonball range, that down to about 25% as they fall back. We have Captain Wedge moving through. A bunker comes down from the Blase, and there is a kill onto the Tyreel. Boop. We do have a kid. Man, that's just the... I feel like exactly what was talked about. The big issue, if they had even talents, or especially if there was an experience advantage for Durotan's couch, the defensive ult would make them almost unkillable. But the extra damage from the extra levels on the side of crit kickers is just letting them run away, because with the more aggressive ults, they just kind of run over team fights. That is going to be the third and final fort for the side of Durotan's couch going down as Crit Kickers leads this protector down to the bottom of the map. And there is Godfrey, no fear, no worry. Just going ahead and picking off the Night Elf. Stun comes down on Captain Wedge. We do go and have the explosion of the Arcane Blast barrier, whatever it is. What are these even? I don't even know. Nope, doesn't really show me. It shows me the first one, but not the second one. Fort still standing. Fort down to about 6,000 health at the end of that little engagement. To go down Red Moki, moving here in the middle of the map. Very, very aggressive positioning. Up about 3 levels is our blue team. Here comes Godfrey in the side lane, wanting to see if anyone will try and move in on his epic charges. Red Moki just living in the middle of the enemy team, but with Sylvanas turning off that structure, it's a lot safer. However, they do go and catch Red Moki with a great charge from the wild card. Trying to move in, there is Cure. Cure getting slowed down. Bunker comes down in order to try and keep that in position. There's another great charge from wild card. Stun comes down. Cure taking a bunch of damage. We do go in and have the ult coming down from Whitemane, but Whitemane will be going down to the wild. It's not just wildcard, but Whitemane and wildcard seem to go together, and that is another pair of kills, bringing us up to just a single level between the two teams. Very, very nice combat mechanics. I genuinely don't know what you're talking about. Yes, I'm still salty. Picking up right now by our orange team as they go and take their opponent's camp away. Infinity Beam trying to go ahead and pick off what they can. Alright, this game picked up very quickly. I'm a bit... Oh, derp. Okay, I'd forgotten this was still standing. I'm like, I'm surprised they didn't stick around. Yeah, that makes sense. They want to make sure they have a chance, the ability to fall back. IE takes a decent bit of damage. Captain Wedge is moving forward. Not able... That's again, they... Other than Wildcard, they don't have a great engage, it seems like. They're kind of expecting their opponents to run into them, but their opponents are doing a very, very good job of it. There's Red Moki up in the front lines once again.
I'm starting up an access terminal.
We do have a level 16 for the Blaze, which does mean that charge is doing a lot more damage every time it connects. There's Godfrey charging into the battle. There's another great stun from Wildcard. I'm sorry to talk about Blaze so much, but I'm off later. It comes naturally. There's the Buckler coming down. Blaze down to a very, very low health. There's another fantastic... Boop! Like people going down, we do go and have the Tyrael. Tyrael catches 2 people in the explosion. Unkillable onto the Zul'jin, but not for long. And that's going to be still going to be cleaned up. Blaze goes down as well. That is a 4 for nothing as Sharonda follows them. So Swift being the only one left alive. And it does look like we may be looking at the end of the game as Red Moki runs to the bottom of the map. They have about 30 seconds before their opponents come back. Sailor Swift charged in, tried to go and get something done, but did get taken out. Sailor Swift not able to hold off the full might of 5 enemy teams, and they are just plowing into this. It looks like Tyrael will not quite make it back in as the game ends, and game number 1 is decided in favor of Crit Kickers. Looking at the stats at the end of our first game, we do go ahead and get 74,000 coming out of Infinity Meme, IE on 68,000 and 59,000 on Can't Get Right. Healing-wise, we do have the Cure leading the way, but that's actually very impressive because most of the damage came from the blue side, but still, Cure got more healing done. But to be fair, Cure was going into double healers, so neither Sailor or Yonners was as relevant to get big healing value. And then in terms of the amazing side soak, we do have Sonya slightly outsoaking the Blaze, 16,000 to 14,000. Talents, that seems generous. Here we go, copy them down, take them to Storm League, get all of the epic and amazing wins, and I will see you in game number 2. Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. We are here in game number 2. As you can see, Cricketers did win the first game. This is the first ban, very, very quick out of Kickers. I don't expect the bans to change on their side very much. Like, whenever you win, you usually don't... I need to reassess my ban strategy. But the big question is, will Durotan's couch change anything? Last time they banned out the Garrosh and the Maiev. So far, so same. We do have the Garrosh once again being removed. Second ban coming out. This is on Dragonshire. Slightly different map, slightly different objectives. It is much, much more important. We saw a lot of collapsing and moving in around the same group in the previous game. This one is a little bit important to be able to split apart and be effective in multiple areas of the map at the same time. Okay, we did have Tracer banned out last time, but not until the third ban. So that's interesting. Maiev is banned out. That does mean they've left Johanna up. I would not be surprised to see a first pick Johanna, because yep, I was going to say they didn't ban it this time, and I didn't expect them to change their ban strategy. So the fact they went to their third ban made me feel like Johanna was about to show up. Oh, whoopsie doop. We will be back. Da 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 da.
Dragonshire.
Hello, hello, once again. Man, thank you, Malby, for telling me there was no sound in the intro screen. Hopefully the game had sound the whole time. It looks like it did when I switched. There were like 2 different output captures. So I think I actually had it, for some reason, set up weird. But we have sound in the intro screen now. Thank you for mentioning that. Same bands coming through very quickly. Variably quickly. So we should go ahead and see the Johanna coming out. And I think that's where we were in draft. I don't remember actual picks on the side of Durotan's couch, so we'll have to see what we move into right quick. Sonia being picked up. Sonia! Wild card. Not going to be Blaze this time around. Going to be, and then we have Yonners on the Junkrat. I do like how much we have banned out displacement heroes, and Junkrat's like, hey yo. Infinity Beam want to be on that Hanzo, and we actually have. Oh, I don't know about that. We have here's the no offense to Moki, but Moki's play on Sonya is incredibly aggressive and like in your face, and Malthiel does not have the staying power that Sonya does. Malthiel cannot spin to heal. Malthiel does not have the like talents you can pick in order to get shields or damage reduction. So like obviously Moki is good enough that he can play the Takiro differently, but whenever I see someone with that aggressive a playstyle go to someone like Malthiel, I'm like, oh, it gives me a concern. We do have the Cassie coming out. I mentioned Cassia last time as a possible answer to the Zul'jin hyper carry. So that are we gonna have something somewhat similar? I was a bit surprised that we went Zul'jin hyper carry because Vala was still up. No, never mind, because it was Vala Johanna or Vala Sonya beginning, because I talked about how it was a very Diablo-esque start. Was it Vala? It was someone in Sonya. My memory, I'm getting to be an old lady. I'm sorry, you guys. But we do have the Murden being banned out as well. Slightly surprising because, of course, Murden was Godfried's pick last time. But we do have a Wedge coming in with an ETC. Much less defensive comp. I expect to see a lot more aggression. Be aggressive. Lucio is coming out in order to deal with potential stuns. And also to be able to like let them move it.
Victory for the Forsaken.
There's IE on Sylvanas once again. Kira will be on the Old Man Deckard Cain. Not a 2-healer comp unless we just happen to have can't get right. Switch away from Zul'jin and go full healer. Which, you know what, this is Nexus. It's possible. I'm sure he knows how to play it. But no, we do have the other hairy dwarf. We always have a dwarf in every game. It's in their contract. We'll get into game number 2. Predictions are going up. Make sure to put your money where your mouth is. Tell me who you think is going to win and get amazing. Whatever the currency on this channel is called, I don't actually even know. Wait, does it tell me? It's just channel points? Man, whoever owns the NGS account should get that fixed. Oh wait, that's me. I mean, I don't own it, but I control it. You know what I mean. It's the end game. Alright, and coming into game number 2, representing our victors from the first game, Crit Kickers, on the blue side of the battlefield, we have Infinity Beam onto the Hanzo, the Hansoap. We do go ahead and get the Cure playing... Oh, is that... Yep, the old man Deckard Kane. I didn't quite recognize the skin. I was like, I think that's Kane. I'm not sure. I is playing the Sylvanus. We do go ahead and have get out of the way.
5, 4,
Gottfried onto the ETC. Why can't I click? No, that's Johanna. And then we do get Red Moki onto the Malviel. Meanwhile, on the orange side of the battlefield, representing the combined forces of Durotan's couch, the oldest couch in NGS, we have Captain Wedge on the ETC, Sailor Twift running around onto the Lucio. We do go ahead and get honors coming out onto the Junkrat. Can't get right is going to be on Fall Steady, and we do get Wildcard spinning away, spinning their life away on the Sonya. Yana's immediately moving down. I do have to say, the aggression on picking up camps from the side of Durotan's couch, very, very impressive, but they do have a tendency to just have one person go to camps, which might be abusable by their opponents, especially after I just pointed out in the cast. Sorry!
red team draws first.
Wedge tries to get in there and cause a ruckus and a fracas, but nothing doing. We do go and have that's especially Wildcard slipping behind enemy lines and picking up this camp. That was sneaky. I think everyone and their dog thought Wildcard went to that camp, but no. You know, I didn't even see that was happening. I was too busy talking about the dangerous camp time at the bottom. I did not notice the Wildcard was doing a heckin' sneak up top. That's actually really smart, because look at the experience that is done. No okay, one kill has happened. When did the kill happen? What the heck? Where was I? Alright, that's getting picked up. We do have to... Man, this map and these games in general, this stuff is happening all the time. I'm sorry, I hope you get whiplash from me just bouncing around the map like crazy, but there's just constantly battles happening at every location. Wedge moving back and forth. Meanwhile, we do have a engagement, IE and Wildcard fighting away. Wildcard healing up real quick, but we do go and have Taylor Twift diving into it, trying to get on top of IE, but IE going to go ahead and Banshee warp right back out. Godfrey fighting with Lucio down at the bottom. As we do have up top, False Sad moving in on Red Mocha, trying to go ahead and get this taken care of. Taylor Twift, Red Mocha trying to go. I said Mocha. I want a Mocha. And down here, looks like we have a bit of an engagement happening. It is going to be 3 versus 3. Sailor Swift onto the camp point. Trying to go ahead and move into this. And meanwhile, we do have Can't Get Right. Moving up to the top in order to try and be helpful. Can't Get Right moving down towards the Sylvanus. Are we going to have an engagement here in just a second? A little bit of one. Lightning coming down. Lightning blasts. Meanwhile, at the bottom, we do go and have Captain Wedge trying to move in on the enemy team. And there is Wildcard moving back and forth. Red Moki moving forward. There's IE coming in, but Wildcard's going to move back behind the protective barrier. Moving out is going to get harassed a little bit. There is the teleport. Red Moki comes in, almost gets hit by the spear. And we do have... Dang it! We do have a kill in bottom lane while I was looking at top lane as the Hanzo gets taken down. 2 kills for the side of Durotan's couch. Not more than they got in the first game, but 2-0 is definitely something that never happened in the first game. The chicken's trying to turn into a dragon, not going to happen as Red Moki comes in. Bunch of damage comes in and boom, 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 I want you in my room. This is what I was talking about without me being slightly concerned. The staying power of Malviel is just not there. Oh, and Wedge takes so much damage. ETC having to go power slide to another area, but we do have a kill onto the Lightning Chicken. Wildcard goes ahead and moves the heck out of Dodgeo. It is still 4 versus 4, but we did have ETC having to mosey on out of the battlefield for at least the time being. IE takes a bunch of damage. Yana's moving in, trying to get on top of this. Wildcard trying to channel, but IE not interested in letting that happen. Down at the bottom, we're going to have Hanzo going to pick up this camp. Camp is a location. Shrine. There we go. There's the words. The verbiage, the verbosity. 82,000 damage coming in. There's IE. IE goes in and picks up, and boom.
Slain.
Taylor Swift takes 8 billion points of damage. Will survive, but not by very much. The damage is starting to come online for the side of crit kickers. We start at 4 kills to 0, and we do have that experience advantage for the side of Durotan Scouts that they never had in the first game. This is what a reversal looks like. And you know, I want 5 games, so I definitely want. I don't care who wins the match overall, but I want us to go 1-1.
Hero slain.
Darn it, guys! They're just being picked up. We have Godfrey. Yana's getting booped back. I should say Yana's getting booped back because Yana's the one that did the booping. And there is Wildcard. Wildcard goes in, a bunch of damage. And we do have the Riptire from Junkrat securing the kill onto Sylvanus. The Cure trying to survive. Old man Deckard Cade is about to get make his way to the retirement home. Does not quite get booped back. Captain Wedge tries to get the stun, but nothing doing. Can't get Ryko to go in and get this channel. And we do go and have a opportunity. Wildcard moving up into the middle of the map. But it will not matter as Red Milky goes ahead and captures this up top. Not gonna let the dragon come out just yet. With that being talked about, we do go ahead and have a lot of damage coming up here. Captain Wedge gets this picked up as we have another mercenary camp starting to move into the enemies. This will move down and be in a terrible position. Someone's gonna have to go deal with that. Because it's just going to stand here and shell this, and because they're underneath cover, they'll never come down and actually get hit. But we do have a kill on the Lightning Chicken over here. Not be moving down here in order to get this secured as the Sonya is up here. Red Moki moving into this area. We're about to have a little bit of engagement. No, we're not. Just kidding. There's Sailor Swift, goes ahead and moves in. Might be in a bit of trouble as IE comes in, but nope, we'll be A-okay. Oh, we do have a fly-in from Can't Get Right. Not, maybe? Nope, not gonna get that Malthael. Malthael to go ahead and zip, zoom, right on out of there. Very quick moving Malthael, is that? Yep, I was gonna say that looks like on a pale horse. Sailor Swift moves in terms of ult. We do go and have Mind Control coming out of Sylvanas this time. Blessed Shield, stay a while. Dragon's Arrow and Tormented Souls. On the other side, we are going to go and get that leap we just saw used. Mosh Pit, Riptire, Sound Barrier, and Mighty Gust. Does not go for High Five. A bit surprising with a Mind Control on the other side of the battlefield. On the verge of level 13 talents. Rice takes a bit of damage from IE, but we do go in and get Durotan Scout does finally manage to secure the Dragon Knight. Sonya has upgraded from Barbarian to Dragbarian. Wait, that sounds like something else. I'm gonna go ahead and just move straight in. Obviously very heads up positioning. Only getting hit by one of the 2 towers. Alright, we do have a kill on the ETC. They tried to use the dragon as a distraction and push bottom. Did not quite work out as ETC goes ahead and shuffles right away. Dragon does get the front wall, but it looks like IE's going to go ahead and knock this down to Mincemeat in just a second. And you actually also get a kill onto Junkrat. Sailor Swift is going to go ahead and get out of here. Here is Sonya showing up with the Dragon Knight. Still has about 20 seconds, but only about 3% health, so will not survive that 20 seconds. And Wildcard does go down. I swear, someone has taken Wildcard and used like Pavlov conditioning, where they just ring a bell every time a mercenary camp gets taken. So Wildcard just associates mercenary camps with happiness. Wildcard is all over these things. You all down here at the bottom. They will get this picked up before Wedge quite get in there. But will we have? This is a lot of people, but we do go and have everyone. There is the big, but nope, a stun comes in, and we do have Red Monkey also here in the area. There's a gust coming out from Can't Get Right. Oh, nice arrow stops their retreat, and there comes the entire two. But there's a big group of stuns. Captain Wedge, we do go and have Red Monkey with the Tormented Souls moving in, but nothing actually doing. We have a lot of ults used, only Leap and Stay a While and Mind Control still up. After that bit of engagement, no actual kills secured. Meanwhile, however, there is a engagement up here. We do have Sonya getting taken down by IE, but here's the big problem. This is still pushing in and trying to get this knocked down. Oh, Can't Get Right tried to fly up there and get to the Sylvanas. Not quite able to do so. Hey, IE!
Power gathers within the
Oh my goodness, I cannot survive. Like, went up right as the teleport went down and got out of range. I 100% thought that lightning charge would get this taken care of. We don't quite have this taken down, but it is up by the hairs of his chin. 188 hit points. Not the lowest fort I've ever seen, but close. Alright, there we have the boop boop. Getting this taken down. My husband is dead. Have you played this game long enough that you remember the old Dragonshire, where the Dragon Knight actually had voice lines and was like the announcer? I'm like, was he dead the whole time? Alright, fantastic little arrow comes to the end, but it ends up being a 3 for 1. We do have the Maul kill go down, but there's a triple kill. We are up to 8 kills to 7. We have now had Crit Kickers take the lead in terms of overall structured kills and also structure damage. But to be fair, they never didn't have the lead. They were only tied. There go all the forts going down. Meanwhile, this is pushing in. No one's paying attention to this lane just yet. We do go and get this down, level 17 all, as we do have about 10 seconds until the full might of Durotan's couch is back onto the battlefield. So the trip does go get the lower camp, just to make sure it's not super quick. But we do have Hanzo getting that back, and a Dragon Knight, potentially someone gonna channel it? No, they're like, no channel, only fight! Alright, there's a big leap in and a massive riptide coming in, but there's the sleep captain, which super low, super dead actually. That was a 5 versus 4 as we got Paulton was not quite here and no disengagement gust available. We're not quite level 20s yet. If 20 has been there, especially for the side of the orange team, that would have been a instantaneous recast on the Riptire. Because that was 4 people that got hit by it. Here's a bunch of damage coming in, and yep, there's the dragon. We have a blue Dragon Knight starting to march down that middle lane. It does look like they're just going to go ahead and punch straight through the middle of the map. I mean, technically, those waves do travel faster than any other map, so that's the one you can end the fastest with because your reinforcements will be there. But there's the big gust we can't get right. We do have a mind control coming into a wild card, tries to get out of there, but not quite able to do so. Has gone full aggression this time, does not take the shield talent, and so did not have any real defenses for that. Dragon Knight super de-duper low. Alright, Moki gonna go and pick up this camp. make short work of it because Malthael is super good at camps, especially late game. You take Black Harvest. So a lot of damage is coming out. Alright, there's Moki. Moki, oh, a great arrow comes through. They tried to jump on Moki. They got Moki down to about 20% health. But the thing is, that does force Moki to use up Tormented Souls. It'll be down for another 50 seconds. That does mean that we are about to have 3 ults up on the side of Durotan's couch. Only 2 ults available for their opponents for the next half minute or so.
My beloved is gone, but his power remains. Control the shrines and make use of it.
Alright, now they need to be careful with this. I was going to say, are they going to try and go through the Bridge of Death? But it looks like they may be looking to fight one more time. They love to fight. There's Godfrey coming in. Not everyone was here, and this should be a quick... The wild card is obsessed with camps.
My husband. Earn his power and destroy your enemies.
And that is going to go ahead and be knocks the rest of the team back. That is going to be the win tunnel. Both teams do have level 20 at this point. Torby's Forest, we come in here. We are down the tank versus the bruiser. Hans comes down onto Wildcard. Wildcard moving back. Did go ahead and at level 20 got Ignore Pain. Wants a little bit more staying power. Alright. All ults down except for Mosh Pit and Mind Control. And we do go ahead and have... Yep. Godfrey, I'm gonna kill you! You're not gonna kill him. Seeing the entire map, I was like, you didn't need to use the Gust for that. But I get it. With the lower one was taken, they were taking top, and they weren't sure if anyone was standing right here. I could see that they weren't, but they didn't know that. Alright, we're gonna have Unstoppable today. Unfortunately, no one actually in it, but there's Wildcard. Wildcard spinning their life away. We do go and have Malthael coming in, trying to go and get this taken care of. Malthael is in the area. This should be a full fight. They are trying to move in. There's the Tormented Souls. Wedge does go down. That does refresh the duration. But there's that Death Mosh completely stopping Godfrey in their tracks. But there's Stay a While and Listen. And from the deck of Kane, as Moki moves in, not Mockery, completely different hero. That cast Mockery yesterday, not casting them today. But that's going to be an ETC and a Lucio going down. A little bit of stun onto Can't Get Right. Can't Get Right will survive for the time being, but there is the damage coming through, and the first keep of the game falls against the might of Crit Kickers. Much as the damage is coming through, I'm going to go in and get this landing right quick. Junkrat catches a face full of damage. There's the Mind Control. Going to get one last kill in the Lightning Chicken. Gotta make sure to fully team wipe before you win, and that's going to be game number 2 in favor of the Crit Kickers. So looking at the stats at the end of the second game, in terms of damage, we have an Infinity Beam slightly beating out Junkrat in damage, but by less than 1,000. And then IE coming with 56. Healing wise, we do have Lucio leading the way, 81,000 versus Decker's 78,000. But that's really, really, really close. And then in terms of experience contribution, Maltfield does outsoak the opposing Sonya, 20,000 compared to 13,000. It does look like Sonya was much more involved in the team fights. And to be honest, Sonya was just obsessively getting camps the whole game. So a bit of an unfair comparison. We do have a full array of talents to show you this time around. Copy them down, take them to Storm League, get all of the amazing and epic victories, and I will see thee in game number 3. And we're back. Game number 3, hopefully not the last game. Georgia Scouts had a much better start that last game. The aggression paid off. They ended up taking a experience lead and a kill lead, but they just weren't, like, as the game scaled, it just seemed like it kind of feels like as soon as they started getting put on the back foot, they didn't know how to regain that momentum. So it just sort of slowly slid away from them. But very good start. Hopefully we get to see more of that. They do have first pick this time around, which does end up meaning that obviously they'll have a slightly better time in getting the comp they absolutely want. First band coming out, are we going to see Loktosh Garrosh once again? No, they actually start with Maya this time. That doesn't mean the Garrosh won't be their second band, but at least they are switching it up, making their opponents do a... I'm sorry. Immediately I was just like, making their opponents do a Koteb emote? Is it like that? I don't remember. To have Johanna being banned out on the other side. If we can't have Johanna, no one can. And there's the garage, so they do just reverse the order. And will we have the, oh, who was this? It wasn't Tracer. Tracer was the third ban in game number 1. It was... Stitches. My brain actually came through for me. It's amazing. The Christmas Miracle. I love that for me. Oh, they do actually have Falstad instead. So that does mean that the Stitches is available. Will we see it? That almost feels like it could potentially be bait. You don't ban it and then suddenly leave it up for game 3. And admittedly, Stitches does have a bit of a problem with this map because during the fights for the shrines, the Skelly men do get in the way.
Reckoning is at hand.
They are going to go back to that Tyrael. Also, for real, don't spoil. Are they going to have the Murden? Godfrey really likes it. Like I said, you have to have a dwarf in every game. They banned out the Falstad, so they're like, well, we better take the Murden, otherwise we're in violation of contract. And Ben Moki is going to go ahead and take that Hogger. Obviously, the God Bouncer.
My blades.
Oh, interesting. Mephisto. That is a hero I don't see very often. I'm very interested to see what Mephisto does in this particular comp. Alright, there's the Rhaegar coming up. More like Rhaegar going out, because Rhaegar got banned away. But that does mean the Tracer is still available, theoretically. Tracer has been banned the first 2 games, and they are making it a possibility. Possibility brew. I was about to say, but not if it gets banned by Durotan Sketch. But no, they go in and get rid of the Sand Dragon.
Victory for the Forsaken.
You play any other heroes? Everyone else's Flexion showing off different stuff. Interesting. Okay, Infinity Beam gonna come in with a Malthael. Not like obviously we saw Maki on that last time, so it's not a new hero, but it is interesting that they're keeping it. And they do take the Stitches as well as the Alexstrasza. That is not something I expected. With the Tyrael got picked, I was pretty sure, so that may be Bruiser Tyrael. And Stitches will be the main take, because I don't know if Bruiser Stitches works as well. But here's the final pick. Coming on in. Coming on in.
Anna checking in.
Okay, and it does make sense. The grenades are going to be very, very bad for the healing circles from Sailor Twift. Because you all stand in an area and it's just like, no healing, no healing, no healing. But here we go into game number 3. I will get the prediction up. Put your money where your mouth is. Tell me who you think is going to win. And we'll see you in Infernal Shrines. I'm such a great voice actress. Alright, there we go, into game number 3. Or here we go. There we go. Like I'm watching it from afar. We have the Cure coming out here and playing the Ana, checking in. We're going to go ahead and have Infinity Meme on the Hogair. Playing the Sylvanas. We're going to have Godfred is coming out. I guess he's Godfred, not Godfried. Playing the Muradin. And then Red Moki going to be on... Wait. Red Moki's on... Okay, they switched, so Red Moki is back on Malthael. Infinity Meme got on Hugger. Okay, there we go. Meanwhile, on the other side of the battlefield, representing the side of Durotan's couch, we're gonna have Captain Wedge on that Stotches. Arr! Thank you for wearing the Halloween outfit, Wedge. I appreciate you. Can't get right, going to play the Mechaterial. We're going to go ahead and get Sailor Twift onto the Corruption Alexstrasza. Yoners is going to be playing a very damaged Mephisto. Taking a lot of damage very early on. And already up the top lane, we do have Wildcard on the Sonya. I like how Caesar's moved back here, thought they were safe, and Malthael's just like, nope, no safety for you. Safety's off, kid. I felt like such a Tychus line, I'm almost proud of myself. Both groups taking a camp right now. Godfred moving up onto Can't Get Right. You have Wildcard moving down, fighting up against Red Moki. Being a little defensive, I'm surprised. Sonya absolutely wrecks Malthael until level 4. And level 4, Malthael can kind of even out somewhat with Die Alone. Before level 4, is you just can't get enough damage done as a Malthael in order to compare to just the absolute dump trucks of damage Sonya will be doing to your face. Alright, bit of a move around, can't get right. Oh, we have Wedge slightly moving in. Trying to go in and get on top of Trinity Beam. It does go in and get knocked into a wall, and there's a stun. Wedge getting wedged in for just a second. Hey, get it? The one thing that kind of worries me, I'm not sure how well this Alexstrasza will be able to get things done. Alexstrasza really depends on not being like jumped on, not having a bunch of damage done. And Malthael can teleport in, and Sylvanas can Banshee Wail in. Would be very dangerous, but it could cripple the healing on Durotan. Bunches of damage coming through here in the middle lane. One moment, getting a DM. Malby, can you please tell Giselle the stream's happening right now? I can't answer him right now. He's asked me the stream canceled because he obviously didn't pay attention to where it was happening. Alright, hello Sloth, how you doing? We do go ahead and have Can't Get Right, moving back and forth. Mostly back at the moment. There's Captain Wedge moving to the bottom of the map. We do go ahead and have Crit Kickers about to go ahead and secure this Infernal Punisher. Alright, to go and have this landing and getting a bunch of damage done. This is a Mortar Punisher, which is the weakest one to push with. Abilities are relatively easy to dodge, although Yawner improves that by not dodging them. We do go and have like this being taken care of real quick, but meanwhile down at the bottom, Hogger tries to move in onto the bottom one. Wedge does go ahead and push them off, does not let anyone really go in there. It does look like Sailor Swift and Yawner's moving down to the bottom of the map. Try to get this taken care of. Alright, Wedge does go ahead and slightly miss with that attack. Very, very close though. Obviously not quite level 13 where the extended hook comes out. Speaking of levels, let's go ahead and pull this up. That way you can see who is getting what. We do go ahead and have Hungry for More, up to 14% chance. Stack, there we go. Circle of Life. Almost the point where that's the thing, once Circle of Life finishes, then Stitches will be able to get so many globes because those being generated by Alex every few seconds. Can't Get Right does get taken out. That's going to be the second kill of the game, going to the side of Crit Kickers. Alright, bottom fort goes down. Darn it, Malby didn't answer. Crap. One moment, sorry. Trying to multitask. Heck. Alright, 1 second, guys. Okay, we're back. Sorry about- oh my gosh, of course the hero gets killed while I'm having to answer that DM real quick. Darn it. Okay, we do go ahead and have a wildcard moving back. We do go ahead and have a Tyrael going down. Did catch a decent number of people, but meanwhile we do have Hogger down here at the bottom of the map, trying to go in and get this taken care of. Alright, there's Infinity Beam coming down. Can't Get Right. Goes ahead and gets that landed on. Trying to go in and get Hogger out of here. Oh, Win for Judgment. Actually, I hadn't noticed that yet, but ends up timing it so that it hits during the Hog Wild, and so nothing actually gets done. Alright, we also do have Tyrael taking, Burning Halo? I thought it said Burning Hell for a second. I was like, why does Tyrael have Burning Hell? A lot of abilities I don't usually see coming on out of here. Wait, how did you not get hit by that? That 100% feels like it should have landed on them. And there is Hogger, takes care of the Tyrael here in the middle of the map. Hogger a little bit low, but not low enough. We'll go ahead and heal back up. When Moki comes in, there's a very, very quick ult coming out of the Alexstrasza, because he gets taken care of. Moki going ahead and getting absolutely just having a field day running around here. They're having a very hard time focusing them, and there's Alexstrasza going down. Alexstrasza not able to get focused on too terribly much, but we do go and have that finish, which does mean Hungry Stitches is getting fed up, but good. Moki goes in and gets underneath the cannon fire, getting a lot of damage, but will not quite get pulled down just yet. IE takes a good bit of damage. There is the stun, trying to get on top of Ana. IE doing a great job trying to hold this back, and we do actually have Elsewhere. There's Anna finally going down. I actually managed to survive. I did not think they would. Not think they would for a second, but we do go and have this being taken care of. And we should have a Frozen Punisher coming out in favor of Durotan's couch. This might be exactly what they needed to turn this game around. They lost 2 of their 3 outer forts. Hogger goes down. Hungry Eustachius has gone ahead and consumed themselves a Banshee. I don't imagine that is like super nutritious. Fantastic move. A great predicting by Sailor Twift. Goes ahead and lands with that Fire Blast coming out. Fireball!
Red team has summoned the Frozen Punisher.
Frozen Punisher is out. Meanwhile, not surprisingly, Wild Card has been like, you know what would be cool? Camps. Yep, we do have the fort going down. Durotans is marching forward, doing their absolute best to get this taken care of. Alright, Punisher does go down. Doesn't get that taken care of. They do get a lot back, and we are back to even Talontiers. Wedge goes ahead, sticks around for the healing and also the experience globe. Hungry Stitch is up to 43 stacks at this point. Infinity Beam goes ahead and gets that knocked down. Take it up again. Never going to keep him down. Alright, Haymaker comes out of Godfrey, and there's the mind control. Lots of damage on the Hungry Heavy Stitches. Does go down right before the ult comes out from Sailor Twift. That is unfortunate. Sailor Twift goes and moves back. Meanwhile, we do have experience being picked up in the middle. Level 16 is online for the side of crit kickers.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Alright. Fort goes down. Godfrey, very nice. Can't get right, not gonna have anywhere to go. All dressed up with nowhere to go. Let's go ahead and knock that down, trying to go ahead and keep the damage as minimal as possible. Thankfully, the majority of Durotan's couch came back before Tyrael went down, so they are staggering deaths, but they're not able to super capitalize because they're not able to like really get a super lopsided position. There's that extended hook coming through. Keep in mind, the walls will stop you, but these aren't really walls, so if you get hit from like here, you'll just get pulled into the base. Wedge goes in and says, "This hogger looks delicious." Moving down the bottom of the map, does go ahead and have that exit taken care of. Turns around. Alright, there's Tormented Souls on, but there's the big stun coming in, goes directly for the cure, says no healing for you. Unfortunately, not quite able to get that kill, and that is a double kill for the side of Crit Kickers. Captain Wedge gets knocked back into the danger zone, leaving only Sonya, who is not at the fight, and Alex, in order to hold this back, and they hold it back, they will not. I believe in Joe Hendry. We do have the fort, but I'm a bit surprised they didn't push into that. Like, they still have 20 seconds to their bones are back, but instead they go ahead and pull back. They say, we have opened up this bottom lane. We want this Arcane Punisher. We will march for victory with the Arcane Punisher. Say her name, 'cause she's a dear. I believe in Lunara. Alright, they do 38 it as the enemy team shows up. We do have a Kajra Impaler camp moving in. Red Moki takes a bunch of damage. There is Wildcard. Wildcard in a room of a lot of pain. Mind Control comes down, and that's going to be the end of the Wilds. Alright, try and move in here, but unfortunately this is. We do go ahead and have the blast coming in. There's Sailor Twist, goes ahead and gets... Nope, Sailor Twist goes down, followed by Yawners. And this should be the end of the match. Arcane Punisher comes out. GG's is called by Sailor Twist. I unfortunately agree. I want more games, but I don't think it's happening. And here we go, moving on in. Doing all of the epic and amazing damages. They are epic and amazing. And with a single punch from the Punisher, we do have the end of game number 3 and the series. Clean sweep going to the side of Crit Kickers. Let's see if I can get me an interview right quick. Alright, meanwhile, while we await to see if we will get an interview or not, we do go and have looking at the stats right quick. Ah. We do go ahead and get, in terms of damage, Malfield does lead the way by a metric ton. 101,000 damage over the course of the game, 59,000 from IE, and Yawner's coming with 54,000. We do have Sailor Swift does come out with 54,000 healing, Cure coming out with 47,000. And then in terms of the experience, we do have Boki coming in with 17,000, 15,000 coming from Wildcard. Talents, that seems generous. Level 20 was achieved by Crit Kickers, but unfortunately not on the side of Durotan's Couch, so I can't show you their full builds. Looking at things real quick, we do have Malfield went for On a Pale Horse once again. Black Harvest, really going for that extended damage in prolonged team fights. Does not want the die alone, wants to be able to, and I mean, with going for Tormented Souls, where you're constantly applying it to everything, that makes a little bit more sense. Because that is 2% damage every second for, it's usually, I think, 5 seconds, but I think it goes up to 7 with the Black Harvest. Massacre. Does go ahead and, yeah, more combo with the Black Harvest. We'll get a third of existence in order to get that armor, a little more survivability, and then the mortality. Which obviously, pairs with Massacre and Reaper of Souls. Hey, that's a Diablo game. Meanwhile, on the other side, we do have Sonya. Sonya does go for Tough as Nails, but a little more survivability this game. I think they went Slam build last time. Battle Rage. So, a little bit more Giant Slammer trying to just pound down that Murden. But nothing doing, unfortunately. Oh, I say something.
Oh, you were talking. I was gonna let you finish.
I don't have joining sounds on, so I was just like, I'm like spinning up time to see if anyone will join me. And I was like, I guess they're not joining. And then I look over, I'm like, IE's in the channel. Whoops. But how you feeling?
Pretty good. Yeah, it was a fun set.
It was very, like, it was interesting in that it very much felt like you guys very well, very consistently. But I do have to say, in game number 2, it kind of felt like it slipped away. Like, they came out like guns a-blazing. Seemed like they were mad about game number 1. Did you do anything specifically in the second game to turn that back around?
Yeah, the second game they definitely had a bit of an early comp advantage. Our team needed some ults to get things to come online, and once that happened, you know, Hanzo Arrow, Sylve Arrow, you start getting people dead.
So, did you guys have an unstated agreement with the other team to always have a dwarf in every game? Because I noticed that Murden and Falstad just showed up. You never had a game without one of them.
That was not the plan, no. But it just happened to work out that way. I think the Murden matchup in Tutorial is pretty good, so we ended up having him a lot.
And then, in game number 1, whenever they banned out that Ana, were you expecting a double healer comp, or did that kind of come out of nowhere?
We thought that they were just afraid of the Ana because we do like to grab it a lot. But once they did pick double healer, yeah, we were like, oh, that's why. Didn't seem to do what they wanted though. We didn't have too much hard of a time killing stuff, but
Yeah, it felt like they were very, very defensive, which honestly, I've got to say, slight shout out, I guess not really slight, but to Red Mochi, or is it Mochi or Mochi?
it's Mochi.
All right, a slight shout out to Red Mochi, because I do think with how defensive their comp was, the reason that you guys didn't have a harder time is because Mochi just constantly kept you guys about 2 levels ahead. I think it would have been even, or especially if they'd had like a HP advantage, it would have been a whole different game.
Yeah, that probably checks out. He's very good at catching all the minions and then running it down, as we like to have happen.
I was a bit surprised because Mochi played very, very aggressively, but very like I wouldn't say safely aggressively, like, but Sony was just going full on into the enemy team and then walking back out, and which when I saw Mochi go into Malthiel after that, I was like, oh, that's a hero you can't play like that. And Mochi's like, you know what? Watch.
Mochi will challenge your ideas about this game. He just is aggressive all the time, and it just works. You might die for it sometimes, but we're always getting value elsewhere, so it works out.
All right, and lastly, if I go and look at the standings, oh geez, I just cast this yesterday. I should know who won without looking, but I totally don't. But do you have any predictions for the finals? Any braggadociousness?
If I'm not looking, I would have to guess that CCS makes it to the finals. It's the only team that took a match off of us this regular season, so if their performance keeps up, they could be facing us for the last game.
And yeah, I did finally pull it up. It is CCS. They triumphed over Haunted House 3-0, just like you did. So it's going to be an interesting match next week.
For sure. Hyped.
But those are my questions. Do you have any shout-outs you might want to give?
Shout out to the enemy team, I guess. We've played them quite a bit in scrims, and I think they've made a pretty good scrim partner. We got a bit experimental at times, but we like the way that they draft unusual. They get some bruiser comps, some healer comps. We get to really see how our limits compare.
And then last question. I don't think I've ever asked you this, so I need to. Why is your team called Crit Kickers?
Well, I mean, who doesn't like a good crit? So, like, when you do a crit, it's called a crit kicker. That's the damage number that comes up.
Oh, I actually did not know that was its term.
Yeah, that's what they call it. And so our logo it looks like one of those.
Well, that makes sense. Okay, so, with that, I'll go ahead and let you, go enjoy the after party. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Yeah, we're just gonna go hit some ARAMs.
I mean, that's the way to do it. Alright, so enjoy, and I will see you, potentially next week, unless someone else picks up the match.
Well, yeah, thanks for the cast.
My pleasure.
See you later.
See ya. And with that, everyone, we're going to go ahead and raid over to Valkamer. Valkamer is doing an exhibition match, second part of the exhibition match for Div B. But more Heroes of the Storm, more action. Let's get to it. Have a good one. You guys rock.